right, Shalom. I'm going to start off with this. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. And this is going into Babylon's economic situation. And it's not looking too good. And that's what we're going to kind of focus on today in this quick video / lesson. All praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS. To you I say Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful elect. Kwam Yashallah and Abad Babal. So I found this off of X.com, which is known as Twitter, and the post was made by a person called Shadow of Ezra. Ezra's a prophet too. Funny. Ezra's a prophet, and when you go into the book of Ezra or Esdras, it goes into destruction, especially Babylon's destruction too. So hey, that name Ezra is very spiritual too, man. So it says a former World Bank president, which is the man that you see here on the screen. I'm going to play the clip. Former World Bank president has sounded the alarm, revealing that the Federal Reserve has lost over $1 trillion and counting, turning it into nothing more than a massive hedge fund for the rich and powerful. He claims the Fed is borrowing money from banks at 5.4% interest, then pouring it into government bonds, creating the illusion that the government's financial situation is better than it actually is. He warns that this scheme isn't just limited to the United States. It's happening across central banks worldwide. True. So, yeah, but you got to focus on the United States because they're the world's greatest nation, number one superpower on the earth. So everybody's going to focus on them. Now, another good book to look at, if you have the time, read the book called En Route to Global Occupation by Gary H. Kaw. I believe that book was printed back in the 1990s, early 90s to mid 90s, I believe. And it goes into the corruption behind the Federal Reserve and how the Federal Reserve is controlled by the international banking families and these different banks, right? So there's a lot of corruption within the Federal Reserve, and it's not for the people's benefit. It's just a hedge fund, like it says here, for the elites, right? So, and this has put America in a very bad situation economically because of this. Now, the nation is in trillions of dollars of debt, but rightfully so, because the Lord set this up. And that's why I started off with Jeremiah 51 and 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. You know what that balm is? That bomb is going into austerity measures and economic planning. It doesn't matter how much planning, doesn't matter if you bring forth these austerity measures. The damage has already been done. You can't salvage America's economic situation. You know, you can't, it's irredeemable. Okay? It's too far gone in debt. Too far gone in debt. You can't heal it. That's why it says, if so, she may be healed. And she's not going to be healed. She's going to fall financially. There's going to be a financial collapse. And then war is going to break out and civil unrest. All right? So take balm for her pain. You know, that balm, it's likened onto putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. It's like little patch jobs, giving you the illusion that the economy is getting better when it's not. That's why they put Trump up in office with his very strong demeanor and strong attitude, saying that he's going to take charge and fix everything. He ain't going to fix shit, man. He's only one man, and he only has 4 years, and he's on his second term. He ain't coming back, okay? And he could die, because that man's up in age. I'm just saying. Just saying. Not saying I'm going to do anything. Little old me, right? I have no power. I'm not going to do anything. But who knows what's going to happen? He's just a man at the end of the day. But yeah, take balm for her pain. Economic planning. Oh, we should go protectionist and we should trade amongst ourselves. That's not going to work, because you're the whore that sitteth upon many waters, man. And you have committed fornication with the kings of the earth. which just simply means that you can't close your market to the whole world. You have to open up yourself to the whole world, because you wouldn't function good. All right, so you trying to go protectionist and isolating yourself from the world ain't gonna really work, man. It ain't gonna really work. If so, she may be healed. And that's what people are looking forward to with this guy in office, DJ Trump, right? They're looking for him to heal America. America ain't going to be healed by Trump. Trump is going to bring destruction. So, yeah, let's play the clip here.
Hedge fund. Yeah, it's worrisome. You know, the Fed basically has become now just a giant hedge fund. It's lost $1 trillion, and counting. It's going to be a gigantic loss. What it does is borrows money at 5.4% from banks and then dumps it into government bonds. So think what that trade does. That causes the government to think that it's better off than it is. And so that encouraged the government to be short when rates were zero. So why did the government borrow so much in T-bills? Well, because the Fed was buying the bonds and it made it look like yields were going to stay low for remember the low for long phrase. So we've got these multiple problems that are going on, and it endangers the dollar. So that's the basic case.
Instead of the Fed having such large balances, wouldn't the private sector be starting businesses and risking capital and bringing returns and adding to growth? Wouldn't all that money be better if it wasn't with the Fed?
That's right, and we're depending on private equity. So as the banks get squeezed out, because they're lending so much to the Fed, it's literally a floating rate loan from banks to the Federal Reserve so it can buy government bonds. So if that were freed up, that would allow the banks to at least consider a small business loan, an inventory loan, the kinds of things that help the economy grow. And this is on a global basis. It's not just the Fed. It's all the major central banks doing the same thing, meaning taking money from the economy in order to buy government bonds. We need to be clear on that. I heard the previous segment, they talk about money printing. There isn't any money printing on it. It's just money borrowing, and they pay top dollar for it. The Fed pays 5.4 to banks and 5.3 to money market funds, so to the Fidelity and Vanguard and so on.
You think that it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's usury, and it creates debt. And that's going into the thick clay. But really, that's a false balance, man. You're not supposed to do things like that. And really, that's covetousness. That's stealing. So this is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. It says, a false balance is an abomination to Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, but a just weight is his delight. So obviously, this is not a just weight because things are not evening out. You have the nation in debt because of this. And now these rich banking families that took over the Federal Reserve, the corruption within it, they got richer and the nation got poorer. Why is that? What's going on? Because it was all an illusion. It was all a scheme. It was all a scam. So that's a false balance, man. Right? So a false balance is an abomination to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And obviously, first and foremost, this is geared towards you Israelites. You're not supposed to be interested in a false balance, right? You're not supposed to use usury on your neighbor, which is your brother, which a lot of you do, because that's the vibration of the world, right? The so-called white man, he does that. So you have to do that to get ahead, but you're not supposed to be interested in that. All right, so here we go. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Actually, I'll start at 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. All these philosophies, man, going into that wine. And he is very proud. Very proud. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty look before fall. But he is proud. And his pride has blinded him into thinking that he's going to stay on top forever. And he can keep doing the things that he's doing to people. And especially against God's people. Neither keepeth at home who enlarges his desires hell. That's right, he neither keepeth at home. He's in everybody else's land, except his own, telling you what to do, taking your resources, destroying your people, destroying your women, polluting the minds of your children by the way of indoctrination, right? Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. And that's right, he is death. Everywhere he goes, he brings death. And that's why they call him the border of wickedness. Esau, Edom. Pull that up. Border. Wickedness. This is Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, who's Edom? Edom goes back to Esau. He's a progenitor of you Edomites, you so-called white people. Like I said, so-called. Not all white people go back to the nation of Edom. We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of armies. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. That's right, that righteous anger. And the Lord doesn't like you. He actually hates you. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Roughly paraphrasing, man. But yes, this says it all. The border of wickedness. So wherever you go, wherever you set up shop, wherever you dwell, wickedness is always present. Okay, you're wicked because you are the sons and daughters of the wicked. So you're evil, man. All right, so it says here, and is as death and cannot be satisfied. This is back in Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Yeah, he cannot be satisfied. You know, he'll steal and steal and steal and steal. He'll take everything, but he's still not satisfied with what he has. He has to steal even more. Hold on here. Let me see if I can find something. It's in Obadiah. I think it's in Obadiah. Hold on. Let's get Obadiah. Here we go. Give me real quick here, because it says that he's going to take all the grapes. Here we go. Hold on. Esau. Hold on here. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Greatly despised. Here we go. This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 5. I'll start at verse 4. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, and that's their emblem. They use the eagle. All these great Edomite nations, going into Rome, going into even Nazi Germany, and also America, they all have the emblem of the eagle. Right? And the eagle is an apex predator. It's one of the top birds on the planet. Very strong. It's built for war, great eyesight, and it flies the highest. Right? And its nest is on high. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, which is true, he has nested among the stars, going into the heavens, space, with a space program. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So he's going to bring you down. You know, Bashim Yoshai is going to bring you down. Because Yahweh Shai has his own space force. Remember, Yahweh Shai is the first astronaut. Okay, he's the first astronaut. You know, he knows about chariots. Yahweh Bashim Yoshai is in the heavens. Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool. Verse 5, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? And that's true. If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? And that's the thing. They're a bunch of thieves, man. And they just take and take and take and take. They'll pick every grape off the vine and leave that vine bare to the point where it can't even regenerate. Because you're not supposed to pick that tree bare, man. And that's what they're doing. That's what these elites do. They're just bleeding this place dry. They're going to take every single dollar. Do you know how much is $1 trillion? You can't even really count $1 trillion. How could you even really count that? Think about that. You as an individual person, you can't even count that shit. This guy took $1 trillion, bro. Right, that's basically equivalent to what Obadiah is saying, picking that grapevine bare, not leaving anything left. That's how greedy these individuals are, these people are. You Edomites, man. Greedy. So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And that's what we ask ourselves. How long is this going to last? How long, Lord? How long? And that goes into the patience of the saints. Right? And suffering like Yahushua, being afflicted like how Yahushua was afflicted, pursuant to Isaiah the 53rd chapter, because that's what we're going to go through. We're going to be afflicted for righteousness' sake. And we have to suffer watching the wicked destroy the earth and increasing and stealing things that are not his. Right? Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. So that says woe. Woe is what? Woe is destruction. So he's going to get what's coming to him. Right now he's winning. He's winning and sinning at the same time. But it's going to catch up to him, man. The Lord's giving him that rope to hang himself. And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that's the point. Ibatia. Going into that thick clay debt. And this place is in debt, man. Let's go into the word again. Thick clay. Right? Ibatia. It says weight of pledges, heavy debts. Heavy debts. Trillions of dollars in debt. That's heavy. Can never pay that back. And they're going to get away, man. They're going to get away. A lot of people know what's going on with the Federal Reserve and how corrupt it is. They know who's behind it. But is anybody going to jail? No. Is anybody being put to death? No. Because they run things. So that's heavy debts, man. They have stolen everything. Stolen everything. It's a damn shame, but that's prophecy. This is how the Lord set it up. Shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him woe to him, Slaket, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Interesting. Yeah, man. So he has spoiled many nations, and everybody's going to spoil him in these last days. And they're going to destroy him by the way of missiles, man, with their armies. So he's not going to get away for what he has done. All right, man. So let me move on. So this is James chapter 5, verse 1. It says, misuse of riches. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Behold the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud. True. And everything's done by fraud, man. Fraud is what? Usury and theft. Stealing. And who are the laborers that you have hired to reap down your fields? Starting with the Israelites. Remember, you put the Israelites into hardcore slavery. Starting with the tribe of Judah and all the other tribes on down, man. So you have to pay for that. which is of you kept back by fraud. And America got its start because of the tribes. Yeah, man, it's not because of people like Donald Trump. It's because you Israelites. Really, you Israelites and you foreigners, man, you made this place great. But starting with you Israelites especially. Remember, it says Jacob is the former of all things, man. And remember, this is Egypt all over again. What happened in Egypt? You tribes, man, you were subject to slavery. Mortar and brick. It was a brutal oppression. And that's what built up Egypt. Just like America. So it says, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of armies, which is Sabaoth, means armies, Lord of the troops. And we're crying, the elect is crying and groping and groaning every damn day. And the Lord is hearing us, especially the elect. So the Lord is hearing us cry, hearing us complain, and he's going to do something about it. That's why his name is the Lord of Sabaoth. That's one of his titles. Verse 5, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Beautiful. And, the reason why you're able to live in pleasure on the earth and be wanton and slaughter people all day long, unjustly too, is because of the blessing that you got. You got the blessing of the sword. You got the blessing of the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven. That's why you're able to do those things. So your blessing is your own curse. Let's go into dew of heaven. See here. This is Genesis chapter 27 verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And he was begging for the firstborn blessing, because Jacob supplanted him and got the firstborn blessing, because that's how it was set up. We're set up to be on top. Because when Esau came out first out the womb, Jacob was holding on to his heel, showing you that he was going to have dominion over Esau. He was going to be over him. And the prophecy has to play out, the elder shall serve the younger. Verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. That's right, you're going to live good. You're going to live in the best places. You're going to be pampered. You're going to be rich, super rich. And you're going to exploit all the world's resources and make this place your own personal paradise. And that's what you're doing, man. Esau, Edom, starting with the elites, they're living it up. They don't got to work. They just live off of the people, man. And make them do everything. In verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. That's right. So you're going to live by the sword. So that means you're going to kill. Bloodshed. Shed blood. Spill blood. And shall serve thy brother. And who's your brother? Your brother is Jacob, the Israelites. And you're going to serve us, and that's going to play out in the kingdom, man. You're going to serve for 1,000 years. 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. And then you're going to be burnt up after. What a way to go out, eh? The Lord is theatrical. All praises to Yahweh Shai. He's the best, man. He is the best. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And that actually played out too. Going back into the time of David, he had you Edomites in subjection for a period of time. Right? You broke free. You did what you got. You did what you had to do. But ultimately, it will play out again in the kingdom. Still going to play out through David too. Because when you go into the book of Amos, the 9th chapter, it says that he's going to rebuild the ruins and the tabernacles of David. And David's going to rule in the kingdom of heaven. He's going to be under Yahweh Shai. So, at the end of the day, it's still going to start off with David when you really think about it spiritually. All right. So, yeah, man. Verse 41, it says, And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. That's right, kill him. After our father dies, out of respect, I don't want to grieve him and make him unhappy. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. That's what he's saying, and he still has that same attitude to this very day, and it has been passed down to his children. His children are thinking like that. That's why the relationship between so-called whites and Israelites, it's always bad. It's always tacky. It's wicked, man. It's like there's a hatred. There's always tension. Right. So it says, the days of mourning for my father hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. Yeah, he doesn't like you, man. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I have here. Now let me get some precepts. This is Exodus chapter 22, verse 7. If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. And that's it. You came into Gad's home, you stole his stuff, you stole his house, you stole all his resources, especially Gad in the northern kingdom, and Judah. You stole Judah too. So now you have to pay double, man. Okay, you have to pay double, which just goes into completion, man. You have to pay double. You're going to pay, man. You got to go into slavery. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. See how beautiful the Lord is? Verse 8, If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he have put his hand onto his neighbor's goods. And that's true. A lot of you white people like to say, well, I didn't do it. You like to complain of an ungodly father. I'm taking that from the scriptures, roughly paraphrasing. You like to say that, but you still got to pick up the tab. You still got to be brought forth unto the judges, and you're going to get judged. You're going to get judged. All right? So this is the law. This is the law. Leviticus 19:11. You shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another. And that's what you do. You lie, cheat, and steal. Like my favorite wrestler, one of my favorite wrestlers, but he's passed away now, Eddie Guerrero, he used to say that. I lie, I cheat, and I steal. Eddie Guerrero, man. That damn demon, man. Ishika, right? Damn demon. I liked him. He was a good wrestler. When he died. Funny thing too, he the way he went out was, he looked like a 20-year-old on the outside because he was strong and fit, but on the inside, he was functioning like a 90-year-old, man. That's how destroyed his body was from within the inside. But that's what happens, man, when you lie, cheat, and steal. You don't live too good, man. You don't live too good. But yeah, you're not supposed to steal. You're not supposed to deal falsely, going into usury. You're not supposed to lie. Because this is all based upon lies here, man. Come on, man. This is a lie. He claims the Fed is borrowing money from banks at 5.4% interest, then pouring it into government bonds, creating the illusion that the government's financial situation is better than it actually is. That's a lie, man. Come on, man. That's a lie. What are you doing? Neither lie one to another, neither deal false. That's a false deal. Ye shall not steal, and you did steal trillions of dollars. You damn demons. All right, so this is John 10:10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. And that's right, because Yahushua, he ultimately came to fulfill the law and not to make it void. Because he is the whole volume of the book. He is the glue. He is the chief cornerstone that brings everything together. And that's why we're going to inherit the kingdom and inherit all things. But he's telling you, man, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. That's going into Esau, Edom. Because he's going to portray himself as an angel of light. But really isn't. He's the angel of death. And it's being exposed even more that he's a thief. He likes to steal. He loves to kill. And when he kills, he also destroys. Because he likes to destroy people and nations. He likes to destroy lives. So that's who you got to watch out for. Verse 11, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. Donald Trump ain't going to do that, man. He ain't going to give his life for you. He ain't going to do that, man. Alright? Yahushua did that. And the men of old, the prophets, they did that. Certain prophets, anyway. But mainly Yahushua, he gave his life for you. He died on that cross. Okay, he died on that cross. And it shows he's a brother, man. And he loves the elect. He loves his family. So anyways, man, with that, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS that do teach well and have taught me this truth. To you I say shalom. And shalom unto the hopeful elect. Kwame Yashala and Abad Babal.